In the outback, the towns are so far apart, they use a special kind of truck. Several trailers are joined together to make one long road train. The roads across the outback are straight and empty, perfect for monster vehicles. Here there are few railroads, and only these giant trucks visit the remote mines and farms. Valuable resources are carried by road train from the center of the country to the more populated cities on the coast. It's not surprising it's an Australian mining company that operates the longest truck in the world. This is the custom-built 3B, affectionately known as the Centipede. It's a 205-ton, 160-foot-long rig. It has an 18-speed gearbox with a 550-horsepower engine and carries over a ton of fuel. It has 110 wheels on 28 axles. The Centipede transports zinc ore from a mine in the Northern Territories to a port hundreds of miles away. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And in 1 year, it can haul 250,000 tons of ore. Australians have come to rely heavily on these amazing machines, and there are plans for even longer road trains in the future. The mining company is so pleased with the performance of the Centipede that they have built another one. Now there are 2 identical longest trucks in the world. The Baja 1000 is one of the most grueling challenges a truck can face. In this annual race, the contenders have just 24 hours to complete the rugged 1,000-mile course. In 1996, this truck was the largest vehicle ever to run the Baja. Wild Thing is a Class 8 off-road racing truck and was one of the fastest machines on the course. It had a custom-built suspension to withstand the harsh pounding of the terrain and ran on a 370-horsepower engine fueled by diesel, which gave the truck more power at lower speeds. It traveled at speeds of up to 100 miles per hour and overtook 60 other entrants in the first 2 hours. But this test of endurance was a walk in the park compared to the extraordinary journey made by 4 trucks that set out from Rome in 1995. This expedition was the first ever to circumnavigate the world by truck. The Italian Iveco Truck Company wanted to prove that their trucks could stand the test. Over the harsh winter months, the 4 Turbostar trucks traveled through some of the most inhospitable areas of the world. The vehicles were standard road trucks, but fitted with specially designed tires and a separate heater to prevent the diesel from freezing. Driving across Siberia, trucks and drivers were subjected to temperatures of minus 40 degrees. It was an epic test of both human and mechanical endurance. When they reached the Bering Straits, the plan was to drive the vehicles right across the ice, but an early thaw forced them to be airlifted instead. The second half of their journey took them across the Arctic, proving that these trucks were capable of enduring the harshest conditions on Earth. The expedition arrived in New York 4 months after they had begun their epic journey. They had traveled 20,000 miles. But a truck doesn't have to be long to carry large loads. This building weighs 1,790 tons and is 75 feet high. It's sitting on top of one of the most unusual trucks ever built. The Mammoth Company specializes in transporting huge loads. They achieve the impossible by using self-propelled modular transporters. These units can be joined together in a variety of configurations, depending on the weight and size of the load. All the wheels can turn 360 degrees, together or separately, so the transporters can drive forward or backwards, sideways, diagonally, even in a circle.
Everything comes back to just a single point of control. So one person can operate the system, whether there's one module or 100 modules. I've worked with a variety of transport systems in my time, but I've never come across anything quite as clever as this.
In Malaysia, transporting a 500-ton gas tank 15 miles was one of their more spectacular projects. This gigantic load was hauled by just one driver.
He has a control box in front of him with two joysticks on, and the signals from those joysticks through a series of computers provide the propulsion, the steering and the jacking up and down of the system.
It took a whole day, but the 165-foot-long tank finally reached the port where it was loaded onto a ship. This was big, but they can carry even bigger loads. Many trucks around the world are now run on diesel fuel, which provides more power and better fuel economy. But there's a great pressure on the truck industry to produce a more environmentally friendly vehicle that can do the job just as efficiently. Radical solutions will have to be found because it's estimated that by the year 2000, 900 billion ton miles of freight will be moved each year by trucks in the US alone. One solution could be Volvo's environmental concept truck, the ECT. It has been specifically designed to minimize air pollution in cities. It's powered by a gas turbine, like a helicopter, which in turn drives an electric motor. When only minimum power is required, all surplus energy is diverted to batteries for storage. This turbine is run on ethanol, but ECT could run on any liquid fuel or natural gas. Another advantage is that it's very quiet, which helps to reduce noise pollution in urban areas.
It's almost like a spacecraft because you just get the whine of the engine going through. You don't get any of the normal noise you would expect with an engine and a gearbox from today's conventional truck.
American truckers love their trucks, care for them like sweethearts, and take them to shows to show them off. One of these proud truck owners is Todd Job, who lovingly cares for his Peterbilt 379. Todd hauls for a private trucking company and travels thousands of miles in his truck.
What I like about trucking the most is the freedom, not somebody looking over your shoulders. You get to do what you want to do as long as you make your deliveries and pickups on time. Right now I'm having a lot of fun.
Todd's tender, loving care for his truck finally paid off this year. He won the biggest truck honor there is, Best of Show at the Shell Super Rig Contest.
I was very excited. One of the goals I had when I started doing the truck was to get on the Shell Super Rig calendar. trying to make a name, get my truck known. It's starting to come around.